Good morning, class. This is your English teacher, Sir Sanjay. I welcome you all to yet another session of online classes wherein we discuss portions of English coursebook, workbook, and English grammar from time to time. So, if you remember, in the past few videos, I have uploaded video lectures of parts of speech. Now, this is ninth lesson from English grammar called degrees of comparison. You have to remember I'll be uploading each and every lesson of English grammar, so this will be just one lesson, and in the following videos or the videos to be uploaded we will upload more videos from the same text, okay, in order to complete a syllabus of English grammar. So today I shall explain you the ninth lesson of English grammar called degrees of comparison. Here we go. Now let's begin with get cracking session as usual in order to understand what is lying ahead in the chapter. Okay, get cracking to be precise. Okay, let's see. See, I suggest you to open your book alongside for better visibility. Okay, so here comparison is made between three girls by the name Simi, Dizzy, and Laurel. Simi, Dizzy, this must be Simi, she must be Daisy, and this must be Laurel. Okay, so they are all tall women. You are asked to look at the pictures and fill in the blank with appropriate degrees of comparison. Okay, so in order to compare, what sort of word do we use? We use words like taller, stronger, better, good, etc. Okay, like tall, taller, tallest, strong, stronger, strongest, and so on. So let's see what sort of words will we be using in order to compare this. See, what can Simi say? Simi can say, I am tall, right? How about Daisy? Daisy can say, see, Simi and Daisy, you can clearly note one thing. What is it? The heights are different, isn't it? So, what can you say? What can Daisy say? She can say, I am taller than her. What can she say? I'm taller, okay? Means comparatively taller in height. And then the third woman, what is her name? Laurel. What can Laurel say? She can say, I am the taller, tallest, isn't it? So that's how it works. I think you already have an idea now. Moving ahead, more example. Poquito, Peter, and Jonathan took part in a race. They took part in a race. You are asked to look at the pictures and fill in the blanks with appropriate degree of comparison. Very easy. Run. What adjective do you use with run? Fast, isn't it? Adverb to be precise. Degrees of comparison, isn't it? So I run how? I run fast. And then I run faster. The third one will be I run the fastest. Okay. You must have learned in lower classes also. Tall, taller, tallest, sharp, sharper, sharpest, strong, stronger, strongest. This words basically I use for comparison between things, objects, or people also. Okay. So now let's begin the main lesson and see what it contains. Okay. I'll explain page per page. Alright. I hope you all are ready. So here we go. Comparison of adjectives and adverbs. Okay, comparison of what and what? Adjectives and adverb. Alright, let's see. See, Minu is as tall as N. Minu and N are of the same height. Okay. So if you use words like as tall as, you are trying to indicate similarity in things or characters. Clear? See, Minu is as tall as N, so Minu and N are of the same height. Clear? Similarity, exact similarity is what is expressed when you use words like as tall as fat as strong as sharp as, and so on. Clear? N is taller than Ashi. So let's say this is Ashi for example, and this is N. What can you say? You can say N is taller than Ashi, but she is not as tall as Lily. So this must be N, right? N is taller than Ashi, but she is not as tall as Lily. Then Lily is taller than the other girl. So who's the tallest? You can clearly see that Lily is taller than all the girls presented in the frame, isn't it? In the picture. Okay, the names are also given, and then Lily is the tallest of the girls, isn't it? So tallest of the girls means she is tallest among the girls standing. All right. So some important words that you are going to be wary of are, see, S and S. We use S dot 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 S. It could be any word filling in between, like tall, short, sharp, strong, bold, etc. Okay. So we use S dash S to compare things or people that are equal in some way. We use ER or more than dash. We use ER or more dash than to compare two things or people that are different in some way. Okay, like he is taller than me, he is happier than me, he is stronger than me, etc. See, forms like taller, yeah, more beautiful are called comparatives. Simply words that are used for sheer comparison are called comparatives. Okay. I think this is very easy. With practice, you'll learn. There'll be a list of words occurring as we move on in the lesson. I want you to digest those words, learn them very appropriately, and use them in the sentence of your own and your surrounding for understanding. Okay. Question, do not. Okay. Moving on. So we use the EST or the most to compare three or more things. Forms like tallest, most beautiful are called superlatives. Okay, superlative. Whenever you are comparing three or more things, superlative will be used to speak about thing you want to put stress upon the most. Example, this room is as big as that. This is comparative. This is not comparative. This is used to express similarity in size, isn't it? Then the next one, gold is softer than copper. Here, softer than, isn't it? We are comparing gold and copper. That is why, see, than is used and softer. Okay, comparative word is used here. Copper is not as soft as gold. Moving on, chair is more comfortable than a stool. Chair and stool are being compared with the word comfortable, and more is used in order to indicate that the chair in comparison to the stool stands out in terms of comfort. Okay. See, stool is not as comfortable as chair. They have given explanation in bracket as well for you to understand. Okay, so the above are all examples of comparison of adjective. Okay, the following sentence show comparison of adverb. Now we have seen how adjectives are compared. See, both adjectives and adverb can be compared. Here you should be wary of that thing as well. Okay, so in the examples that we have just read, we have learned how adjectives are compared. Now we will see how adverbs can also be compared in similar manner. Okay, but before that, we will see what the bird has in the note box. Okay, she says we can also say not so dot dot s. Example, this from is not so big as that. Okay, not quite commonly used, but this is an alternative. All right, so now let's focus at adverbs. Okay, Akil run fast. Akil is name of person, he runs fast. Abdul ran faster. Ran, see, it adds to the meaning of the verb ran, isn't it? That is why it is adverb here. Okay, Abdul ran faster than Akil. Prince ran the fastest of all the boys. Yes, we often use the while we speak, but in terms of writing, the is often dropped for the sake of brevity or whatsoever you call it. Okay, so Prince ran fastest of all the boys. Okay, Nisha is the tallest of the girls. He is the brightest of the among the students. Okay, Nisha types as carefully as Zenat, isn't it? So two girls who have similar typing skills are being talked about in this sentence. Nisha and Zenat. Mary types more carefully than Zenat. We are talking about Mary who types more carefully than Zenat, isn't it? So comparison between Mary and Zenat with the advantage being given to Mary. Right. Himesh works the hardest in the office. So Himesh is a worker. Hardest is superlative, isn't it? It shows that he is the best worker among all who works very hard. Okay, compared to all other workers. In this sentence with comparison, we can leave out then phrase. For example, then the other girls, then Akil, if the meaning is clear without it. Okay, only if the meaning or expressionism gets clear without the usage of then only we can drop then. Otherwise, you have to use then in each and every sentence. Okay, just for the sake of brevity. See, Leela is taller, Abdul is faster. I want a bigger bag. I want a bigger bag, but we will be focusing more on usage of then because I feel you are too young to omit this now, and it will create confusion for you. But then just keep these things in mind, as and when it could be omitted, you may omit it. Okay. Similarly, in sentences with superlatives, we can leave out of phrase. Okay, again in simulative you can leave out of phrase. For example, of the girl. So in phrase, like in the world. Okay, if the meaning is clear without it. Like I said, we are not going to focus too much on this because it might create confusion, but since it also is presenting a valued information, you have to keep this in mind. All right. Like, see, Leela is the tallest of the girls. Pam Pam ran fastest. Okay, so this is what. See, a large number of adjectives and a few adverbs have comparatives and superlatives ending in er and est. Okay. There will be number of adjectives and adverbs ending in er and est. Er will be comparative tone, est will be superlative. Okay. So some adjectives and most adverbs take more and most. You have to be very careful here. Some adjectives take more, and most adverbs that we will be talking about, will take most in comparative and superlative form. Superlative basically. Okay. So see, short adjectives, one syllable words take er and est. Alright, short adjectives, one syllable word take er and est. If they end in e, they take only r and st. That is, we drop the final e before adding er and est. I think this is a very easy rule. Class, observe this rule and then read the words. We will not be reading each and every word. Clear? Here is the rule. Refer to the rule. Read the words. Observe the way things are changed. Okay, like cold, colder, coldest, cheap, cheaper, cheapest, short, shorter, shortest, and so on. See, another rule is if the word and in one vowel plus one consonant, we double the consonant. Very important. If the word ends in one vowel and one consonant, see, vowel is I in big, consonant is G. So what do? We double up the consonant. Of course, we are following the rule, isn't it? We are doubling up the consonant G, like big, bigger, biggest. Okay, we do not pronounce it as bigger, we call it bigger only. Okay, big, bigger, biggest, hot, hotter, hottest. Moving on. Adjectives of three or more syllable take more and most. Okay, adjectives having three or more than three syllable take more and most, like beautiful, right? More beautiful, most beautiful. With the way you pronounce, you can identify the number of syllable. Beautiful, popular, intelligent, right? So in such cases, what do? You use words like more and most in order to get into comparative and superlative form. Alright. So see, more beautiful, most beautiful, popular, more popular, most popular. Okay. Another one, adjectives of two syllable. We are here, class. I hope your books are open alongside. Adjectives of two syllables follow one or other of the above rule. Okay, adjectives having one or two syllable will follow one or the other of the rules written above. See, those which end in y add er est. Important rule here. Those which end in y add er or est. The y changes to I before adding er or est. Very simple. Happy. See, happy. Y is deleted. Y is dropped, isn't it? I is added, and then er is added as well. Happy, happier, than in the superlative form happiest. Okay, funny, funnier, funniest. Okay, moving on to another rule. Most other two syllable adjectives take more and most. Okay, other two syllable adjective will be taking more and most, like we mentioned. They include words ending in full, less, etc. Okay, whichever word ends in full, less, most of them take more and most in the comparative and superlative form. See, joyful, more joyful, most joyful, boring, more boring, most boring, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Okay, and so on. A few adjectives take either er, est, or more, most. Okay, some adjectives will take er, est, more, or most. They include common, pleasant, quiet, gentle, cruel, polite, simple, narrow. Alright. A few adjectives and adverbs have irregular comparatives and superlative. Okay. See. Good adjective, better, best. Well, also better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Little, less, least. Many, more, most. Much, more, most. Far, farther, farthest. Be very wary of this. Okay, far, farther, farthest, distance. Further, limit. Further, furthest. Don't speak any further. Okay, far, farther, farthest. Distance is being talked about. Okay, further, limit is being stressed upon. Okay, we use, yeah, they are giving little explanation here that will help. See, we use farther, farthest. We use farther, furthest, farther, further, and farthest, furthest to talk about distance. Okay, further and furthest, but not farther and farthest, can also mean more or additional, like I mentioned, talking about limit. Okay, don't talk any further, these and that. All right. Example, are there any further questions? We are talking about limit here. I can't walk further, means I'm done. Okay. The following adverbs take er and est: fast, hard, late, long, near, early, soon. Okay, get a dose of these words as well. See, fast, faster, faster, soon, sooner, soonest, and so on. Other adverbs take more and most. They are mostly words ending in ly. Clear, slowly, most slowly, carefully, more carefully, most carefully, often, more often, most often. Okay. So now with this, I guess we come to conclusion of explanation. I want you to be very careful, and conclusion of explanation of one section only. I want you to be very careful with the usage of words. Alright, how you are going to use words is what you are going to be careful about. Okay. Now let's quickly take a look at the table and complete the sentences below using the adjectives as given in the bracket. We are also asked to use the correct form. Okay, correct form as er, then, or not, as, blank, as. Okay, so you got to understand about this information that are presented here. Based on this, we are going to do. It's not coming in one slide here. See, age, height, centimeters, isn't it? For now 5 different people are being talked about here. They are Mike, David, Robert, Peter, Johnny. The ages are 16, 17, 16, 18 and 15, with the heights being 152, 155, 53, 52 and 50 centimeter, and the weights ranging from 52 to to 52 means 52, 53, 54, 55 and 52 again, right? So you asked to compare their height, age and weight using words like what? As blank as, then not as, etc., isn't it? So let's see. I think you could do this as homework, right? Robert is dash Mike old. So Robert and Mike, you have to compare. Robert, Mike, 16, 16. Very simple, similar age. So what will it be? The answer will be as old as. So process the information, go through, do it on your own. Let me do the last one. Mike is dash Johnny heavy. So let's compare Mike and Johnny. Johnny is here, Mike is here. Heavy, it will be weight, right? Johnny 55, Mike 52. So what does it say? Mike is dash Johnny. So who's heavier? Yes, Mike and Johnny. Let's compare once again. Johnny 52, Mike 52. So the answer is, just a second. The answer is as heavy as, right? Mike is as heavy as Johnny. Shall I do one more? Number 10. Robert is dash David Young. Robert, David. Let's compare. Robert 16, David 17. Of course, who's older? David is older. Robert is younger. So what does it say? It puts stress up in Robert. So Robert is what? Young. So what will it be? Comparative form of young. Since one is younger, the other is older, we are putting stress upon Robert. So what will be the answer? Robert is younger than David. Okay. The rest is very simple, class. I'm not putting stress on that. I hope you can do, and I'm sure you will be able. Okay. See, we use the same structure when we make comparison using adjectives and adverb. Example: Nikhil ran as fast as Sandeep. Right? I can do crosswords as quickly as you do. Ben ran faster than Nikhil, or Nikhil did not run as fast as Ben. Alright. Amber drives more carefully than Robert, or Robert does not drive as carefully as Amber. So go through this example. Robert does not drive as carefully as Amber. Sanchit ran fastest of all, or the fastest of all. So on. Clear? So see, most adverbs take more and most. Neatly, more neatly, most neatly. Skillfully, most skillfully, most skillfully. Okay. One syllable adverb: fast, hard, late. Just one syllable, one pronunciation. It ends with one pronunciation, isn't it? Like fast, hard, late, soon, long, and so on. Take er and est. Many of them are both adjectives and adverb, like hard, harder, hardest. It's written clearly over here. Soon, soonest, soonest, and so on. Go through. So one thing you are asked to notice that the adverb early, right? Two syllable word takes and est. Early, earlier. Y is dropped, I is added, er is added. Earlier and earliest. Okay. The adverbs well, badly, and far have irregular comparison. Okay. No regular comparison for this words. Keep them in mind. So now the important point to be noted: the forms farther and further and farthest and furthest express distance. They are used as adjectives and adverb. Bengaluru is farther or further away from Mysore. Adjective. I work farther than you. Adverb. So this are all discussed things, class. Refer to the example. Now it's time for us to refer to some exercises. I'll just help you with some, and I wish and hope that you can do the rest on your own. Let's see. Okay. So you ask to complete this sentence with comparative or superlative forms of adverb given in the bracket. I type dash then Ritu. You have to understand by reading the example here. Clear? I type dash then Ritu. Your and Ritu's comparison is made here. So what will it be? I type more carefully than Ritu. And the question clearly asks comparative or superlative, isn't it? Then 2. Which boy, what does it ask? In the class sings dash well. What will it be? Best, isn't it? Because we are talking about each and every one. In the similar manner, try and do the rest. Number 5, let's talk about number 5 now. Nida is the most intelligent, but Grace walks. Nida and Grace is being compared here, so what will we use? Nida is the most intelligent, but Grace walks hardest, isn't it? Because even though two people are being talked about, we are using superlatives to discuss or describe them in terms of the entire class performance. Okay. Number 12, I'll help you with. See here. The accident would not have happened if he had driven. Driven what? More slowly. Comparison. Right. Because he drove very fast. That's why accident happened. So he should have driven more slowly. Okay. Now, fun time class, I believe you should do it on your own. It says choose the correct positive, comparative, or superlative form from the box and complete the paragraph below. One has been done for you. The words are all quickly similar, more intelligent, and so on. Clear? So, treat it as homework, your worksheet, workbook, whatever you want to call it. But I want you to do it on your own. Okay. So with this, we come to conclusion of today's lesson. Remember, I'll upload each and every lesson's explanation shortly, and we will complete English grammar syllabus whatever is pending. Okay, thank you everyone for being part of today's class. It was wonderful to be sharing knowledge of my experience of this chapter with you all. Keep working hard, keep learning. Exams approaching. Good luck.